Fortnite has done a lot of collabs, especially right now, with the Simpsons season. And with the Simpsons season, it made me think. We've gotten a ton of Adult Swim collaborations. We have The Simpsons, Family Guy, King of the Hill, Rick and Morty, Bob's Burgers, Cleveland Show, Beavis and Butthead, and rumored South Park's coming too. There's one adult show that hasn't been made yet that would do numbers, especially in popularity right now. And that show is Smiling Friends. I'm sure you guys have heard of it and you saw the thumbnail, so let's just get right into it. Right now, I'm going to pitch a Smiling Friends collaboration that I hope Fortnite does eventually because I like the show and I think the characters would fit the game and its wacky style. I'm going to base this off of the kind of rules that Fortnite's already set for collaborations, as in item shop collaborations. I'm not going to do this sort of like The Simpsons because I don't imagine an entire battle pass being based off of this. That would be kind of crazy. I'm imagining this being an item shop release. So we're going to do skins, back blings, pickaxes, maybe a wrap, maybe a glider, and that's about it. Not too much. For our first item in the item shop, I'm thinking we're going to have a Charlie skin. Duh. Obviously, I based him off of the Cleveland skin in the proportional because Charlie's obviously pretty chunky, but that kind of size wouldn't fit for Fortnite, especially because they didn't want to do Fat Peter. I used it as an idea of making a fatter skin that would still work pretty well. And his head is also kind of small, but it also fits proportionally so it doesn't take up all your screen. So here would be the Charlie skin. I think it looks really cool. And for a back bling, of course, we have to give him a Pim back bling. Pim's too small to be a skin. And I would hope they don't give him the Morty treatment and just put him in like a mech suit or anything. So I just say put Pim as a back bling. Maybe he could be reactive like a pet. Like he could do a little yell or something when you get a kill. Or even better, make him a companion. He can just walk around with Charlie. That would be really cool. And for a pickaxe for Charlie, I think it only is right that we give him Jumbo's knife. The one he gets scammed for in the funeral. Just a pretty basic knife. Fortnite likes to do little knives and one-handed pickaxes. So I think this would be a pretty cool thing. And there you go. One whole set in the item shop already. And we're barely even into the video. For the second set, obviously, I think we're gonna have to do the next main characters, which would be Alan. Everyone loves Alan. I know I do. And his skin looks a little weird, but you still get the idea. He'd be 3D, he'd be pretty tall, he'd be pretty lanky. He looks a lot more like Alan than Charlie looked like Charlie, but it's just because he's more human proportionate. So he looks pretty good as a Fortnite skin. I don't think they'd have to change too much there. And the only fitting backling for Alan was actually kind of a tie between a mousetrap and cheese or Glep. And I picked Glep because I want to include as much of the cast as possible. Glep is once again way too small size-wise to be an actual skin or anything. And I did think about including his beanbag in the back bling, but I decided not to, only because there's the beanie bag emote that everyone uses. I just felt it would take away from Glep as the back bling because the beanbag is like 3 times his size. So I kept just Glep as a back bling, also to mirror how Pim looks. And for a pickaxe, I'm thinking a double-handed paperclip pickaxe. Specifically the one that Alan gets on his day out. And I think it looks really cool. I think this is, a really interesting concept as a pickaxe. For some cosmetics, I was thinking probably just a straight up yellow wrap with the smiley face on it. Nothing too interesting there. Just, make your gun yellow, have a little smiley face probably at the muzzle or something. For a glider, maybe we could do their car as a glider, like you hang on to the bottom of it. They have just the standard car with the big smiley face on it. I think it looked pretty cool. Speaking of smiley face, we're gonna move on to what I would imagine would be a third skin pack or probably a second wave if the collaboration does well. And it's of course Mr. Boss. Mr. Boss would obviously be a skin. His head might have to be shrunken a little bit and his body might have to be more human sized, but I feel like if you, shaped him more proportionately, it could work. For his back bling, we're gonna do Jason. We're gonna make it just like, his little son, just in a little suit. And you can have an edit style where it's him as a butterfly. And for a pickaxe, I'm kind of having trouble with the pickaxe. If you have any better ideas, leave them down in the comments. But I'm just imagining just the Smiling Friends building on a staff. Short video, pretty random, but I just decided, I think it'd be cool if these skins did exist in the game. And I think the collab would do really well because the show is extremely popular and the Simpsons season is going so well. So I don't see why they wouldn't continue to do more adult animated collabs. So if you guys have any more ideas for this collaboration, leave them down in the comments. And if you have any other ideas for Fortnite collabs or anything, just let me know. Maybe I might make a concept video about those. While you're down there, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Do all that YouTube stuff. See ya.